हेलो गाइस एंड वेलकम बैक टू अनदर स्ट्रीम। आज हम वापस से खेलने जा रहे हैं अपना सीजन लेटर टू द फ्यूचर, उसका सेकंड पार्ट। और आपको पहले पता होगा कि हम अपने एक्सप्लोरेशन पे निकल चुके थे। और जैसे कि हम टिंग वैली गए, फिर हमने ग्रे हैंड्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को एक्सप्लोर किया। हमने उनके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से रिलेटेड कुछ वीडियोस वगैरह कंप्लीट किए। हम टिंग वैली एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं और धीरे धीरे सभी राज पता चलेंगे और हमारी जर्नल कंप्लीट होगी। और हम एक्सप्लोर करेंगे कि लोग क्या सफ़र कर रहे हैं और कहाँ जा रहे हैं और क्या सोचते हैं इस टाइम पे ऐसे सिचुएशन पे। सो विदाउट फर्दर डू, लेट्स गेट स्ट्रेट इनटू इट। और ये अपना गेम स्टार्ट हो चुका है। ओके दोस्तों, अभी प्रीवियसली मैं कंट्रोलर पे नहीं खेल रहा था, तो मुझे फंक्शन नहीं पता। देखते हैं। मुझे R2 से ही चलना होता है इसको। वो पेडलिंग देख रहे हो, L2 R2 ऐसा पेडल के समान दबाना है। कूद यार, देखो ना यार कितना सही है। एक दो, एक दो, एक दो। सही है यार, ये कंट्रोल फीचर्स तो बहुत प्यारे हैं। पर जाना कहाँ है, मैं कंट्रोल्स देखते देखते अभी मैप ऑन करूँगा। मैप कैसे ऑन करता हूँ? ओके। अभी मैं कहाँ हूँ? यहाँ पे डिग साइड जाएंगे अपन, चलो। डिग साइड पहले कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं एक्सप्लोर करके। ये तो इतने पास आ गए, हम इधर ही एक्सप्लोर कर लेते पहले। यार प्ले स्टेशन 5 का कंट्रोलर इज सो कूल। ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? ऐसा लग रहा है ना पैकिंग कर रहे हैं, सब सामान बाहर निकाल दिया। सब सामान लोड
Oh,
कराइए।
no, no, no! You said we had until midnight. I'm not ready to leave. Look at all this. Wait a minute. A cute outfit, a bicycle. You're not a Greyhound. What a relief. I just assumed because who else would be. What are you doing here?
I'm trying, क्या है? I'm trying to glimpse the true state of all things. I'm here to meet people.
You're really cutting it close. I guess I'm doing research here on the lawn. I'm studying my own life. Welcome to Tiang Valley. You should have been here a week ago when the evacuation started. Almost everyone is gone now. You noticed, I hope, that the valley is going to be flooded. The Greyhands are taking us to live in the Radiant City.
Radiant City.
Look!
Okay.
See how they put the dimensions on the back? I recreated our future apartment here, on the lawn.
Oh, crazy.
This is the space we have to work with,
तो
to
उतने
live
आइटम
in.
लेके जाएगी.
I'm trying to really imagine what it'll be like. We're going from a big farm to one room, and we need to be packed by tonight. I already packed for myself and my son, but my husband Yuri is a little harder to pack for because he passed away recently. And I can't bring all his things. It's not realistic. His stuff is still... it's all here. It's okay. You said you're here to study the valley? My Yuri was doing the same thing. We can do this. Just need to decide.
फोटोज देख लेते हैं क्या है.
Yuri learned to paint from our neighbor. He painted all 3 of these. This is a self-portrait he did.
अच्छा, इसके
Kind of intense,
husband ने
right?
बनाया.
He was more handsome than that. I wish he could have seen himself the way I saw him, you know? He was really lovely. Just occasional dark moods from his work. This is his portrait of me. We got into a fight over it. What's that supposed to mean? You just splatter some paint on the canvas and put my name on it? He said it was my essence. I don't know. Do you think it looks like me?
I don't know well enough.
He painted
You
this
know
for
this.
Kochi.
Let me on my webcam. Yeah. Let's continue playing.
Some kind of private joke between the two of them. I don't get it. They were both interested in the war and how it ended. I'm not. I just pray nothing like that will ever happen. Which painting should I take with me?
कोची वाली सही लग रही. कोची and the soldier.
Yes, you're right. Kochi will be glad we kept this one.
यहाँ पे क्या है? Books.
These are Yuri's books. They're pretty heavy.
Prism of yes.
This is an old religious book, The Prism of Yesterday. He didn't like to talk about his faith. I haven't read it much. Maybe there's a part of him in these pages. A part I never understood. Maybe he would want me to keep this one. But I don't know. It just doesn't mean much to me. Yuri found this old tourist guide to the valley before we moved here. He was so excited. But this guide is really out of date. It's from way before the war. There's something optimistic about the colors they used. Yuri really wanted to take a trip to the archipelago together. We prepared for it a lot. Even taught ourselves a bit of the language from this book, but we never made the trip. It was always going to be soon, but it never happened. Seems like the kind of thing no one does anymore. Which should I take with me?
Don't pack any books.
We have a special feeling for the season just before us, the one our parents grew up in. It's like it was, we know that I suppose I'll be leaving the other two. I know they're heavy. But would you want to take one with you? Yeah, maybe you'll make it to the Azan Islands someday. All right, this is going well. But I feel like I'm forgetting something. The demon of shame and mourning. How could I have Oh, where did I put him? We need to bring the demon of shame in mourning.
नजर सुरक्षा कवच.
When someone dies, and you're supposed to keep the demon in sight at all times. He's supposed to remind you of your regret. It's a religious thing.
Hey, hello. अरे भाव करे. Slow.
Our old cart broke. I overloaded it. So I had to use the wheels of his bicycle. Now he's so mad he won't say a word. I've packed my essential clothes. I don't know what to do with these. This was Yuri's best suit. Maybe when Kochi grows up, it'll fit him. That's a long time away, though. My island dress. I made this for our trip to the islands, the trip we never took. It was based on a photo of a seaside Azan dance. The hours I spent on this. These are some of Yuri's clothes from when he was a kid. I thought Kochi could wear them, but he says they're itchy. So what's the use? But to throw them away, he was a little boy. He would put these clothes and he grew up. Oh, God, this hurts a little. Okay.
Pack the island dress, pack the fancy suit.
Yes, they seem so precious. I don't know. I should keep these. Let's see how this is going so far. We'll remember Yuri's excitement coming to the valley. Yuri's clothes, from him when he was a kid. We'll keep this inside joke between my boys. I think we're almost there. Let's just look a little more.
और क्या है?
I went through all our old photos.
मैं तो पूरी पैकिंग में मदद कर रहा हूँ यार इसे.
Trying to see what I might be forgetting.
Trying to see what.
I love that view. Have you been up there? By the entrance to the shrine? You really should go see it when it opens. It's just across the river and up the hill. The doors to the shrine open when the sun goes down. The monk is still in there. I hope he'll evacuate. That's Matiora. She lives east of here, out in the woods by the river. She said she'll evacuate, but she's still here. It makes me nervous, but I can't complain. We're still here too. I wasn't interested in having a child at first. There are just so few these days. The thing all three of us had in common as a family was that we were pretty silly. We used to be, when we were all together. The past is such a heavy dream, and I never remember my dreams. But when I wake up, there's a cloud of feelings the dream left behind. Then the day begins. I move around, and that trace disappears. I wonder if our memories of the valley will drift away like that.
Slip into the past. Project into the
Someday Kochi will be as old as his father was when he died. What will he remember? My husband built these tools to study the valley. They were his life's work, and they took his life away. So what do I do with them? You can't buy tools like these. My husband didn't insult God, but maybe he stepped on his toe, and his life went out of him.
How did
There's
that
the skin
happen?
of our body that keeps us together, but there's also the skin of our minds. The skin of your mind can pop like a bubble, and everything that makes you yourself will come pouring out, and the earth will devour it, eager, the way wind fills a vacuum. They might be incredibly valuable to a scientist on the other side of the world. I don't know. I also hate them. I get you're a curious soul, but I forbid you from using them. I don't care, but he did. He gave his life trying to understand this world. I can't keep these tools, and I can't throw them away. There's even more of them, bigger ones, out at his work shed. Okay, I'm gonna turn away now. I want you to take them or throw them away. I don't want to know.
धापली
All
है
right,
भाई
this is it. Oh, I killed him. The demon of shame and mourning. What was I thinking bringing it along? What an awful tradition. Kochi, do you still want to take a final tour of the valley? Let's get those wheels back where they belong.
भाई लड़का तो इंस्टेंटली उड़ गया उसकी साइकिल बना के दे रहे थे वापस से भाई मम्मी ने चक्के वक्के लगा के दिए उसके क्रेजी
I know what I'll carry with me. It's something I couldn't leave behind if I tried. It couldn't be crushed like the demon. It's too many layers deep. I'll carry the part of me that's gone. But there's so much life left that flowers grow along its edges. Something like that.
चाय पी लो टाइम तो ऐसा है
I'm glad you
3
came
भी
to
हो
Tiang
जाएगा
Valley. Thank you for being. I didn't realize now there's no rush. But as you try to wrap, feel free to come ask me questions. I'll be right here until night comes.
until night comes बोला कृष्ण कृष्ण that's crazy what should I do what should I do mm-hmm. वो स्केलिंग भी होती है इसमें मुझे पता नहीं था कंट्रोलर से तो हो पा रहा है मे भी इसमें कर्सर स्क्रॉल डाउन करना पड़ता होगा माउस में एंटी की फोटो इन जर्नल फॉर मेमोरी रेडियन सिटी भी डाल देते इन्होंने बताया कोची और इसकी डैड की फोटो Demon time. Let's go. One more. Kochi.
We build our lives out of what we leave behind as much as from what we carry with us.
भाई क्या रियलिस्टिक लग रहा है ना, बट तुम ही सोचो, अगर लाइफ में कुछ कह नहीं रही, वैसी कैलेमिटी आने वाली रहेगी। ये इसका भी
Do you want to go on a,
डेट।
well, a sightseeing tour?
Could we do it later? Yes.
The next tour leaves in, well, now basically. Saying goodbye is like when you empty your pockets before going to bed. You get to see what you picked up. The things I picked up need somewhere to sleep. Follow me.
So that's it. Let's go.
This is my tree. Since we can't bring it to the city, I don't care what we bring. I love the tree, and Dad cured it. That's what he did. All this purple stuff in the valley that makes you feel funny. See? This used to be purple. And Dad made the dangerous part go away. He wanted to make it so all the purple rocks were safe and green. I know there are plants underwater. Can a tree become an underwater tree? This one can't die. It's been through too much. Let's go.
A mineral that can affect the mind. To what extent? The bird stole a small trinket. I left the bird its prize, but maybe I can learn more about the locket.
Isn't there anything else more to explore?
The tree looks healthy. The ritual must have worked. tree looks diseased in this painting. This valley is so different than my village, but both places have an enormous tree watching over them. This tree will pass in the flood. What will be the end of the tree in Cairo?
Is there anything else to explore? I don't think so.
Let's go.
I like this bicycle mechanism in PlayStation 5, the remote man. Controller. एक बच्चा क्या भगा रहा है डोमिनेशन क्या दिख रहा है यार विजुअल भी नहीं कर रहा है क्या प्यार है
We had a picnic here a long time ago. I can't remember it, but I've seen an old picture. Can you take a new picture? And I'll sit like Dad does in the old one I saw.
पैसा लगेगा पैसे ही गया पैसा लगेगा
He is a great kid.
Mom disappeared one
भाई को
time.
फोटो चाहिए
Took me a while to find her. She was sitting right here, and she was sad. I got one of her tears on my finger, and I flicked it into the water. And I said, flow, 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 until it didn't sound like a word anymore. It made her feel better. Now I say it. I say it when everything is moving, but we don't want to move. Come on. Let's go.
अरे यार यार की फोटो ही नहीं लिया ये जर्नल में see it is in general sorry it is in journal ओके कोची से में पूरा एंड में होगा कवर अप ठीक है, साइकिल में कुछ तो भी मैजिक है, क्या ही होगा था, चेज नहीं कर सकते थे।
His name is Frenay. I asked him how he ended up sleeping here. Frenay said they were in the valley because they were so hungry. And then there was light everywhere, and they fell asleep forever. They should be old men now, but they couldn't get older if they tried. One time, I saw the monk out here cleaning them. It was so funny. He looked like he hated doing it. I'm not supposed to touch the soldiers, but I let Frenay borrow my pig. I need it back now. Let's go.
वेट कोची, मुझे एक्सप्लोर करने दे।
This must be Kochi's drawing.
कोची के आगे तो
The memory of war lingers, but the Grey Hands are guiding people somewhere else? Their friends and family know what happened to them?
मेरे को लगा गन मिल रही है। क्या लिखा है? Wait for you in the space between seconds.
Is she still waiting?
We have been retreated for one now. Food from these poor people. I cannot imagine this continuing, but I cannot imagine how either. Damn.
I don't know what it's like to be that hungry. The elder showed me this symbol. The soldiers are from the prismatic grounds.
You'll never sleep soundly. You'll never remember so fondly. You will never forget to remember.
That last line is kind of disconcerting. The people here weren't ready for a war. All my life I've heard solemn references to the war. It never reached our village, but it touched the lives of our grandparents. What happened here in the valley, and how did it end? I'm looking at a memorial to the lost, the killed, and the maimed. We are so lucky the war never came to Cairo village. All this will be washed away. They believe a prayer put the soldiers to sleep. Is that possible?
We did not begin this war, we did not seek to profit from this war, but we had
I wonder what they dream about.
मरे नहीं है इटर्नल स्लीप में वाह
This machine fueled countless tourists motoring into the valley. Supply lines must have been cut off when the war started.
कार हॉन्क होती है लेट्स सी
Trying to imagine this place full of tourists, bustling with fumes, automobiles growling for territory.
Where will I get that last photo? Okay, यहाँ से route है.
I've seen pictures of cars before. They were common in the golden season.
This car seems to be named Honk Honk.
उनका explore करो मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा.
This flower has a shimmering quality.
Something is missing यार. Journal complete नहीं हुआ है इस एरिया का, पता नहीं क्यों. I'm finding it. What's this? के पास वो फ्लावर वास रखा है क्या? I don't know. मैंने इधर की फोटो ऑलरेडी ले चुके थे पर मेरे जर्नल में कुछ एडअप नहीं हो रहा इस लोकेशन को लेके. That's crazy. What happened during the war? एक एलिमेंट मिस कर रहा हूँ मैं इसलिए इतना टाइम लग रहा है. मैंने उसके सर के ऊपर लगाया. I don't know where to find that last clue. ठीक है MG682. Where is Kochi? Did he went away? Oh, Kochi वही तो.
I'm saying goodbye to everything. And your mom says the valley is. She asked me what I wanted. I said I wanted to touch, and she left. I need her to tell me which ones to remember tomorrow.
पर ये चाप तो नहीं लगा है.
Those slips are prayers to this god for memories? People prayed here. Who did they pray to?
मुझे अभी ये पार्ट नहीं करना. कोची में भी हमको जिस बता रहा है हमें कहाँ तक जाना है. मैं भी हमको वापस से यहाँ आना पड़ेगा. कोची का गया. इसे वापस. Damn, get
I
back.
wanted to see the water come up from here. To see it crash.
भैया ये लड़के ने कुछ हरकत की और ये गिर के नीचे तो.
I thought the flood. Mom said a flood is. That makes no sense. I asked if we could stay and watch, but Mom said we need to get a ride to the city. That's our house. You're good. Come on.
Oh, they went above.
such a huge structure. I wish we had more information about the olden days.
Let's go.
कुछ भी पूरा ही गेम घुमाएगा मुझे लग रहा है अभी. मुझे लग रहा है अभी हो गया तो वापस जा रहा है. Okay. Tour ain't over yet.
Mom wasn't there when he passed away. I was there. Dad had his eyes closed, but he was making a face, like he could see something. So I asked him what he was looking at. He said he was looking at me, and I was all grown up. He saw me climbing up a hill in the sun. Then he said his memories were falling to the soil, and he had to go with them. He didn't want to go. He squeezed my hand, and it hurt. But can we wait here a while? Just to see if something will happen?
I met a boy who lost his father just like I did. It's something I don't talk about much. I've been recording everything for you, but this feels... I'm not sure if I want to share this with the future. I was about your age when I lost my dad. Growing up, everyone said I took after him. I didn't know what it meant exactly, but I felt proud. He fell while climbing a mountain. The other climbers looked for him. He really tried. A friend of his almost fell, maybe in the same spot. The search was called off, but my search kept going. I couldn't understand where he went. Every morning when I woke up, I thought he'd be back. Couldn't he come back just as easily as he disappeared? I was embarrassed to look for him. I thought about impossibly small, like in the air of my breath, or in the silence between heartbeats. It was silly. At the same time I was growing up, I was changing all the time. Every night I would go to sleep and wake up a little different than the day before. And I realized my dad had gone to a place where you don't sleep and don't wake up, where you never change. They must be waiting for us there, in the place we all were before our memories began.
सो गया भाई, कुछ ही उड़ गया।
You're still here. The tour is over.
पैसा नहीं लेंगे ना टूर कराए तो।
That's your prize, okay? I have to go home now. I'll see you someday later today.
कोची का टूर खत्म हुआ तो सब
Kochi collected objects around the valley and laid them to rest at his father's grave. I've collected memories. Where will they be laid to rest? The museum vault? Yuri's tombstone. He'll stay behind in the valley. Unlit candles being drowned in a flood. A loss of potential light. Potential prayers. There isn't enough room for a cemetery in my village. Here, memory is granted space. Land is used to let the living meet the dead. Or maybe it's the other way around. I remember seeing the ocean for the first time, and something about the light, the water, the voices of other people, the boundary between myself and the rest of the world felt very thin. It was beautiful. There's something weird going on with this bell.
भाई एक्सप्लोर करना कितना डिफिकल्ट रहेगा, सोलो करना रहेगा तो बहुत क्यूरियोसिटी और
I knew my brain was doing something special. I thought everybody, but instead, which is making you leave. We don't think we have power, so we don't do anything. But you found something to do. I think that's nice. The elder said it means this season. I want to tell you the dream now. Let's shut our eyes and lay on the roof. We are already on the roof. That's good. I'll speak the dream out loud and you imagine it. You can close your eyes now. I'll tell you when to open them. I am in the forest. The sun is bright. My stomach rumbles. I'm hungry. I look for something to eat. There are fruit trees lining the path. I look for one to pick, to eat. I climb up one of the trees and reach out to grab a shining red apple. I blink, and suddenly the apple is rotten. It looks like it's full of spiders. I blink again, and now the apple is just a baby apple. Not ripe or rotten. I lose my balance and fall onto the ground. The apple changes colors. Some are eaten, some disappear. I hear a voice. Someone is there with me. I try to recognize who they are, but their face keeps changing. They're kind of everywhere. I tell them I'm hungry. I want what the earth is trying to give me. They say, these aren't apples. They're memories of every apple I've ever seen. There's something wrong with my eyes, and there's something wrong with the soil. They say I need to look into the sun to clear out my vision. They say we're going to look together, and that when we do, they'll melt away. They want to. Then behind them I see you, watching from the shadows. You've been taking notes on everything. This makes me feel better. I turn my head and I let the light in. I lose track of everything. When I get my senses back, I find myself holding a round, red fruit in my hand. I don't know what it is, but I take a bite, and it's the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Then I woke up. You can open your eyes now. You probably have questions. I was seeing old apples, new. I couldn't see the right now part of everything. I had to forget a little. The face of the ghost person in the dream? They were everyone. It reminded me of someone I used to look for. My birth was not easy. I was bigger than most babies. After I was born, the elder advised them not to have any more children. But years later, my parents tried. They told me I'd have a sibling, but we lost them a few weeks later. I felt like it was my fault. I should have been born last, if ever. I needed to see this missing person somewhere. So I searched faces for a face I'd never seen. I thought I had to carry them forever. But in the dream, they wanted to become part of everything. I had to let them go, which felt like a piece of me was dying. It hurts a lot, but it's a nice thing to do, to let part of you become part of it. Oh, I feel a bit winded. I feel like everything is happening the way it should, but I still wish none of it would. I wish my dream didn't mean anything. I wish we had wasted more time together. I'd like that very much. Well, and you'll keep going down and down, down into the heart of the world. Thank you for listening to my dream.
The bell gave me a little memory from a stranger. The past swims close to the surface in this valley.
But I told you we will go to this side, but let's see. Let's go. Let's move further. I like this mechanism. I need to pedal it like this. I like it. Oh, look at this side. Let's go.
instrument with the symbol of the god of memory. I remember my dad had a poor singing voice but wrote funny songs. He had one for taking out the garbage, a kind of a ballad about the virtues of trash. I wish I remembered more. Where will the birds fly to when the flood comes? The faces look trapped in there. Is this a sculpture or raw materials? I hold tight to the feeling of being almost lost, barely lost, wandering with conviction. If I could tell Dad that I left home, I would describe this feeling to him in detail.
Where he's going now. What is this place? We can't even ride in anymore. Sorry.
The text is barely legible. 3 aphorisms from the young. None should see the face of love and live. It looks like a set of aphorisms. Now to find the rest.
He's not for sale. Not because he's special to me, but because he is trash. A crazy woman made this junk. An artist. I buried her along. I'm surrounded by it. My eyes. I can only see here. Can you bring me photos of my art? I'd like to see my work. I want to see how I wasted my life.
फोटोग्राफर ही बना दे तो ऐसा लगेगा अभी
What do you think of it?
right. It's okay.
Wrong. Awful. Form, color, subject. Simply, that was me trying to play to the crowd, to be charming. I should have grown ivy over them. At least the flood will take... Was I never truly inspired? Did I really fail? Let's see another.
It looks like a person.
The color is hideous. I thought if I stood outside his door long enough in the rain, that God would let me inside. All I did was toil my fingers to pieces. I wanted to capture this valley in a piece of art. That's all. Best of luck to you. I tried my whole life and all I did was create enough about my... Let me see what else you've got in that journal. My trash all on a page together. One day, you could add my name to it. Mitziora. They might as well know who to blame. The museum vault. Every artist dreams of their work hanging. Oh my God. You'll try to go there? It's so far. It'll drain your life away trying to reach it. That is undeniably true. Your journal might end up in the vault. Oh, that would redeem everything. Every wasted when a dream crawls back out of your throat. I can do better than those. I can. If you help me. This art will, and we'll finish it. Cheng Valley has many themes, characters. Take a look through this junk, and we'll pick a face to show Cheng Valley. You do that while I make some tea.
Damn, what?
You seem lost. We're here. You can see. There are no mistakes. Only just pick the face, facet of Cheng Valley that calls out to you.
What a cheap-looking contraption. I'm not sure what to think about this.
Factory rejects. The valley could only... We were wary of not made by hand and not made by God either.
I'm not sure what to think about this.
What is this? That's just... You want our piece to be about trash?
This instrument is so beat up, but lovingly preserved. It must have played some important tunes.
Oh, you've brought me men. He was a wonderful singer. We were so proud he came from Cheng Valley. He collected stories, games, and songs and spread them across the world. You remind me of him. He died of a heart attack on a stage in a foreign land. It was a brief and powerful feeling to share the love of this singer with the rest of the world. Without him around, we have less in common. Even I loved him too. Do you want this to be our theme? Very good. And the tea is ready. In the past, I tried to control everything. This time, let's follow our intuition, gather some pieces, and see what happens. What magic might be hiding in this day, which will pass and never return? This tea is good for the throat. It makes me want to sing. Chubaleni husanota. Chubaleni husane. Chubaleni husanota. Krimosanahi.
बोल दे अभी लता मंगेशकर है भाई. Look around you.
Pleminutu sakanora. That was it. That was Cheng Valley. I thought that we captured it in a moment. But you will still... You were the co-author of this moment. I would never have found it without you. I'll rest these, but you're welcome as long as you bring them close enough. I'll tell you what I know. There's only a little bit of... And then the city, the flood, the lights, the next season.
They look like they passed out. A home isolated from the rest of the valley. I've had my first experience of loneliness on this trip. I can't imagine a lifetime's worth.
Oh, you'd never believe it. That locket was a gift from Manchester. Yes, the famous singer. We were both artists. We admired each other's work. We admired each other's. The golden season wouldn't have been so golden without him. Ha! All right.
Latiora is a true artist.
I wish I could show you around. But maybe you can bring the valley to me. You could show me photographs you've taken here, and I'll rummage around in my mind for any gems.
I don't got time.
They haven't aged a day since the prayer put them to sleep, but every time I see the soldiers, they look younger and younger to me. Almost like children now. It is the two worst thoughts to try to hold together in your mind. They were just boys, and they killed my family. Jing Valley purple. Seductive, harmful, psychic, tumble. When you think of the past, where is it? Is the past behind you? Is it under your feet? I wear it like an old coat. This is Jing Valley at its best. Someone must have been walking through the cemetery one day and spotted some ancient graves, no flowers, unkept, and thought, what about these people? Not remembered, not forgotten. So the ceremony of the random dead was born. The monks extract some memories from someone, try to sketch their life. What would otherwise be lost? Millions of people live and die just beyond our peripheral vision. A random arm is slung along your shoulder. You make a friend, they'll never know you. Where was I? Not accustomed to talking this much. I like it.
Night has fallen. The doors to the shrine must be open now.
ओके मैं इस एंड पे हूँ सबसे लास्ट और ये मोमेंट पे मुझे श्राइन जाना चाहिए श्राइन जाना आई डोंट नो क्या दिख रहा है भाई ये एक्चुअल काम होने वाली है
In Cairo, we have a statue to remember Dr. Fumio. But this statue is meant to be worshipped. Those slips are prayers to this god for sleep? People prayed here. Who did they pray to? There's something beautiful about the way the minerals catch the light. We have Dr. Fumio's cures to negotiate with the exigencies of life as a conscious being. Here they have a religion. The form changes, our needs remain the same.
So we arrive to shrine, देखते या explore करते क्या है?
A symbol and a name, the tide. These stones must represent the three gods of the valley. Their names seem important. The tide, something calm that comes and goes. A different symbol and name. The void sounds ominous. There's a field of purple across the river.
आई थिंक डिक साइड पे देख रहे थे हम, क्योंकि देखो लेफ्ट में ब्रिज है और ब्रिज हमें दिख रहा है, और क्रॉस करके डिक साइड के आगे जो एरिया है मैप में, ऐसे वहाँ जाना पड़ेगा। एक और देख लेते हैं।
The symbol and the name are different here. The din, 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 din. Like an echo from the past. I knew once I went into the shrine my time to explore the valley was over.
रुक जाओ, मैंने कंप्लीट तो नहीं किया। वैली खत्म करके जाएंगे, तो पास करना पड़ेगा मुझे लगता है। टर्टल है ये। अच्छा, अभी प्रेयर आता है इसमें? ओके,
That didn't seem to work.
मैंने तो सिंबल देखा ही नहीं, किसी गेस करना पड़ेगा।
Din.
दिन में हो रहा है। लेजेंड ऑफ ज़ेल्डा वाली वाइब आ रही है अभी। श्राइन मैंने कंप्लीट कर रहा है।
It was my first time being in a car as it was being cleaned. Moving through a tunnel like being in the mouth of a whale. The prayer gave me a memory that isn't mine. But it feels like mine now. It seems like it came from the golden season.
अच्छा, इसकी फ़ोटो लेनी पड़ेगी मुझे।
The figure of this statue feels like it came to someone in a dream. That's just a guess from me.
is absolutely crazy.
I've been given so many memories here. I hope I'm able to pass them on through this journal.
फिल्टर डालना पड़ेगा मुझे. अभी वो साइन जाना पड़ेगा जहाँ पे मैं कुछ हुआ नहीं था, जहाँ कान में उसे जेम्स जैसे हमने प्रीवियसली अभी इसकी टर्टल वाले स्टैचू का लिया है फोटो, वैसे ही हम इसका भी लेते हैं. पर इसकी ऑलरेडी ली है ये फोटो.
Tide.
Oh,
क्या ये 3 श्राइन को ऐसे प्रे करने से क्या यानी सीजन आने से रुक जाएगा? सीजन ये लोग जो फ्लड आने वाला है उसे कह रहे हैं.
I prayed to see you again. I didn't expect it would be in a dream. Life listens and then it does what it wants. We have to make do, darling. I've been thinking about how much the season needs you, and how the season after that will need you desperately. I wish I could help, but this is a brief dream. What can we say? Oh, what did you... Okay, I will. We all will. When I wake up, I'll tell everyone. We'll make as many pendants as we can. I don't know if you will, but I know I will see you again. For so long, I'll think it'll never happen. I'll almost make peace with having lost you to the world. But then, oh, all the work of my grief undone in a moment. When I saw you again, oh, I wept and I laughed. Someday, you'll have a child of your own. Someday, he'll want to see the village where his mom was born, and I'll be here, waiting for him. We'll stand together, just like this. I have a million questions for him, and he'll have a million questions for me. But before we can say a word, I'll look into his eyes, and I'll see you looking back at me. Take care, my darling. It's time to wake up now.
वो इसे इसकी मम्मी से बात हो गई है. ड्रीम देख रही थी या बात कर रही थी, दूर से कम्युनिकेट कर पा रही थी. मुझे
This
तो लगा
god put me to
कम्युनिकेट
sleep.
कर पा रही है. It was
I got to talk to my mom. Sleep is the shadow life that connects us all. It gives a cycle to our days, a reset, a reflection, remembering and forgetting at the same time.
अभी बिग साइड वाले श्राइन पे जाना चाहिए ऐसा मुझे लगता है. ये ग्लिच थी जस्ट मुझे समझ नहीं आया, बाकी तो सब बढ़िया। सही जा भी रहे हैं। अभी हम ये वाले श्राइन पे थे, फिर वहाँ से मैं नीचे उतरा, फिर वहाँ से राइट लिया हूँ। ओके। चलो अब बीच पे जा सकते हैं, मैं एक्सप्लोर करने जा रहा हूँ। भगाते हैं गाड़ी यार, दूर जाना। यार दिख रहा है यार, बढ़िया सीनरी। Doesn't have a viewpoint. सन क्या दिख रहा है, what a gift. They are still here.
What kind of protection do I need?
वो कुछ दिख रहा है यार, विजुअल मेरे को। मैंने साइकिल ली थी ये।
These slips are prayers to this god for forgetting things. Void. I pray to the god of forgetting. I pray to the void to take a memory from me. There was a moment of hesitation between my pendant and the god. Did I really want this? If I did, my pendant would allow it. It happened just as my mom described. There was a moment as the memory left, when I felt the absence, but then it filled itself in. I'm embarrassed to tell you this, but after that moment in front of the statue, I no longer remember my own name. Void took it from me. I tried to remember someone saying my name. I looked through my journal and realized I never wrote it down. So it's really gone. Our minds are so delicate. I held my pendant tightly after that.
Damn.
Has the power of this god decayed like the statue? Or is it as strong as ever? What am I without a name? Can I decide now? Did forgetting part of me make me more free?
जहाँ तक मुझे पता है जिन लोगों को हमने हाउसिंग और किसी में सामान रखे हैं उनको में ये हमारा नाम पता है
Looks like there's no one around anymore to enforce this. I found a dig site that is fenced off from view. What were they doing here? A gray hand said he left his materials behind. It should be somewhere around here. There's a big tree with a researcher's notebook inside it somewhere. The work at the dig site has something to do with Day Zero. Could it be the source of the strange things I've seen in the valley? Memories and emotions condensed into a mineral. I wonder what this channel is for.
63.2 FM.
They must have already shipped out all the Harpic they need. I wonder what's on this reel. What is day 0? Maybe I can find out more about it. They dug up all that Harpic in order to conduct some sort of prayer on day 0.
I've recreated the same setup as the prayer statues right here in my workshop. I set up a singing bowl so I can verify the pattern that will form in the water. And some Harpic, of course. Each god seems to correspond to a resonating frequency. And when this vibration acts on the Harpic, we get the psychoactive response. Going to give it a try here.
I remember watching my dad make shadow puppets on the wall. Felt strange because I could see how it was done. I could see the trick of it, but it still felt kind of magical.
It worked. I do feel the more I do this, the more tired, and it feels like it takes me longer to return to the present. But now I have some control. I face the question of how this mineral affects the soil. I still have a lot of work to do. That's all for today.
This kind of experiment can wear out the mind. But this was worth it. The Grey Hands present one side to the public, and another is hidden behind metal fences. There is no one to oppose them. There is only my record of what they did here. I'm not sure I can go through that again. The memories of the owner now turned into a beautiful mineral.
The necessity of day 0 is not just psychological, it's ecological. Because there is a compounding effect to these minerals and their psychological effect. And we see this in Tiang Valley. There is a memory and a memory of a memory and a memory of a memory of a memory. This echo effect, this recursive nature is the problem. As this cycles through the ecosystem, it creates points of pressure where things bleed, and soil and human minds are contaminated. Some will say, what's a few daytime visions? But it is an increasing risk, an increasing danger. Left alone, the haunted quality of this season will only get worse. The necessity of day zero is also to... This particular action will neutralize this phenomenon at its source. This is not an endless cycle. We are putting an end to this psychoactive material, and we are opening up space for something new.
How do they plan to remove the haunted quality of this season? They look relieved to have finished their work.
ये ऐड कर दो।
What we do to the land eventually makes its way into our blood and our brains. This can define a season.
और कुछ बाकी है। We have explored each and everything in the valley right now. मुझे लगता है कि टिंग वैली का अभी हमारा जो पर्पस था या एक्सप्लोरेशन वो अभी डन हो चुका है हर तरीके से। ओके कैरो विलेज था वो हमने देखा नहीं, कोई नहीं। लेट्स कंप्लीट आवर जर्नी।
I feel nourished in these sights by the unfamiliarity of it all. These means of connection, long in disuse, are certainly telling me something about the world. Will they be used again in the next season? Time seems to pass differently around here. I feel so heavy and so light at the same time. I'm not really alone. I'm with myself. I'm with the earth.
और क्या बाकी है हमारे लिस्ट के हिसाब से?
The elder warned me about valleys. She said they were dangerous. I feel a dulcet tension in the air. I enter to see the moment between seasons.
I think starting के
A
मैंने किया ही
village that
नहीं
was
जब
created as a place to heal. Is that where my instinct to try to help comes from? It's so strange to imagine I'll be shaped by places and people I haven't met yet. So strange to imagine that I might feel at home somewhere else. The scale of the old world grew beyond human proportion, maybe beyond human feeling. The parking lot will never die.
अरे हाँ लोग भी तो है मैं वहाँ एक बार जाके देखता हूँ जहाँ पे लोग इटर्नल स्लीप में हैं उनको हम कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या अभी तो हमको प्रेयर्स आती है ना अभी मुझे कहाँ जाना है मैप के हिसाब से मैं हूँ इधर लिक साइड पे ब्रिज क्रॉस करके जाना पड़ेगा ये गाड़ी नहीं ले सकता हूँ ब्रिज क्रॉस करोगे फिर ग्रेवयार्ड टाइप जगह पे जाएंगे पेट्रोल पंप जहाँ पे लोग इटर्नल स्लीप में ग्रेवयार्ड नहीं बोल सकते लोग स्लीप कर रहे हैं ये एक चीज़ मेरी पेंडिंग है। होगा तो इधर ही जो भी है, मैं मिस कर रहा हूँ। आई थिंक वो मुझे आगे ही मिलेगा ये चीज़, वॉल से रिलेटेड इनको। अभी श्राइन जाना है ना। पीछे जाके लेफ्ट। हिल जाने के लिए तो पेडल बहुत मारना पड़ता है।
This shrine is where it all began. I wonder if there are still monks in there. I knew once I went into the shrine, my time to explore the valley was over.
So let's go Ting Valley. I think it's complete. Totally. Damn, man. You can't go back. Okay. So Ting Valley chapter is over. This is a new chapter. I think we should start. So this is a new chapter. So I think we should start this in a new video. And for today we should end this. And if you like this content, please make sure to subscribe and share to your friends. For for today, that's all. uh, let's see you in next video. Bye.